Quality.
Mr. Levine, you may open.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. There are moments in history that demand and require that we raise our voices to clearly state our values as a people and as a nation. The tragic events in Charlottesville create such a moment in America's history. This resolution calls for moral clarity by condemning white supremacy. This resolution recognizes the events in Charlottesville were sparked by an intent to create a violent and angry mob more menacing than a KKK march and reminiscent of Kristallnacht. White supremacists were hell-bent on terrorizing in the name of racial superiority. White supremacists believe not all of us are created equal, and they came prepared to create civil unrest and hurt people they believe to be of lesser races. White supremacists were spewing the vilest of hateful chants, including "Jews will not replace us" and "blood and soil," invoking the evil dogma of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi regime responsible for the Holocaust. White supremacists came armed with assault rifles and other weapons. We lost 3 innocent lives. This is not about free speech. The First Amendment is sacred, and we all have a right to speak our minds. The rally in Charlottesville causes us to reflect on America's history. When we saw the Nazi salutes, we could not help but think about World War II and the Allied soldiers who fought and died with us to end Hitler's and the Nazis' conquest of Europe. It is never appropriate to give white supremacists moral equivalence to justify spreading this evil and hate. Much like the Nazis who were rooted in German nationalism, the white supremacists have been described as white nationalists. That is a grave error. White supremacists are not nationalists. This is not a discussion about nationalism. The values of white supremacists do not reflect the values of our nation. Our nation values equality, diversity, and the intrinsic value in each and every human being. Angry racists do not want to make America great again. They want to make America hate again. There is no doubt ours is not a perfect union. Our nation has a history we are not always proud of, and a history we must learn from. If we really care about nationalism, let's work together to condemn hate. Let's come together and address the injustices that continue in America today. We must teach that every woman and man, every girl and boy is born equal. We must declare that Nazis and white supremacists have no place in our country. We are so much better than that. If we can, we should teach Maya Angelou's words. If you find it in your heart to care for somebody else, you will have succeeded. That's what our great country is about. Please join me to spread this message. I ask for an aye vote.
Mr. Holden, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.